incredibly exciting to see, because there's no one that does what LEAD does for our sector. Community workers rarely get opportunities for local training in their town that's affordable. Usually before LEAD was LEAD, if we wanted to do a great training, we saw a great training opportunity, we'd have to pay double the price and travel into the city. So you're paying a worker sometimes to stay overnight,
yes,
a couple of days, and you're also, paying them for training and travel time. Now they can do it. We can book a workshop to happen in our office for our team, or we can find something that's within a travelable distance for our team. And it's also tailored towards the sorts of learning that we need, and that never happened before. So that's been the best thing about LEAD.
Developing staff is such an important part of our work, and you guys offer such a range of activities and trainings, and that was really why we joined up in the first place.
We have seen, like I said, we actually reach out and go to the community and understand community needs, individuals, children, families at various stages in their lives. And that is something that we would love to work more quickly and to grow that footprint.
For me, it was the fact that LEAD, which is located in Seven Hills, was prepared to put on a workshop in Springwood that we could, like local services could attend. That was gold, and just having the idea of a community of practice, I think, is again gold, because you can bring all that experience and knowledge together. And what LEAD was doing was saying, well, this is the contemporary approach, this is what we figure is the most up to date. And the rest of us would go, oh yeah, we need to kind of catch up a little bit there. Yeah. So it was influential in terms of, especially in terms of our policy suite. There's any amount of training out there for the family and child parenting sector. It's generally beyond our capacity as a non-government organisation to fund that. LEAD, for many years has always been a leader in terms of providing accessible training to the sector, which we need very much so. So that's been a primary benefit, just having an organisation like LEAD there, who's able to kind of respond. I remember during COVID. And we had a lot of people in the organisation who struggled with Zoom, and LEAD very quickly put together an online facilitation in terms of how to use Zoom and how to use your whiteboard and share screens and things like that, which was just really, really, really good.
Actually shows the leadership to increase capacity in the organization's collaboration. We are partnering with many organizations through LEAD. LEAD also gives us some free services, like last year we have attended some meditation classes, and it was very useful. I benefited so much, and Ellie also joined there, and it was really good. Thank you so much.
I think you intentionally create relationships with your members. So we feel heard and understood, which means that sometimes you can preempt our needs quite well, and you understand the changing nature of the sector, so that might be grappling with something internally, and then the next thing we read your newsletter or something comes up and you're like, yes, that's exactly what we were, thank you. So that, so that's really special. That training that you provide is really, really beneficial for us.
Organizations like you help us and say that I'm passionate, my heart burns to help. And how should I help is where it comes in and saying that compassion is met with some kind of training, so then we feel equipped to go out and support that. And so therefore, and I think it is essential for organizations to have capacity building training organizations working closely, not as a distance kind of thing, is saying when we call and saying that, hey, we need training in this, is more of that ongoing conversation.
When LEAD started the community of practice, which was trying to bring consistency in the sector across our policies, procedures, practices, I think you were one of the first few organizations and leaders to say, hey, we need that. And I know how busy we can be. And especially with smaller organizations like ours, we kind of have to be very mindful where we put our time and resources. But you actively got involved and you were so supportive.
Yeah, I think we've got to keep learning and got to keep growing. And the other thing was really good was in community practice was connecting with other services.
Yes.
So, you know, well, how do you manage that? What do you do? And just that, it's knowing that I can call and ask for information. Like Jack's been really good when I've needed things, and when Dan was on board, yes. You know, I'd only have to send an email, I'd get an answer back straight, you know, pretty much straight away. Or if they didn't know, they'd come back to me. I do like the variety of the training options that you have online. Those short little courses are really good.
This current role for about 10 years, which is when we joined with LEAD as a member. And I think, you know, I have an absolute passion for staff to have whatever they need to be the best version of themselves. I think we are working with often the most vulnerable members of our community, and we need to be the voice for you know, people that may not even access services, but we need to be the voice for people. And with that, I think we need to be equipped with the latest research, the latest tools, and that we need to be upskilling ourselves every step of the way, regardless of how long we've been in the industry for.
Yes.
And so that's a fundamental for me. And so by being a member of LEAD, we are constantly having access to good training, good localised training, great facilitators. So yeah, that's why I've always been a member.
For LEAD, having been able to provide TFSS with that organisation-wide, as you said, equipping every team member of yours with the trauma to healing training in partnership with ACF, and also provide, I think we've had across the board, we had sessions on back areas trauma, and say that training is one-off, but professional development is ongoing.
Yes.
And that's exactly what you have through your leadership really built on in TFSS. And from my end, representing LEAD, I feel really great to have partnered with you because this is what we need to showcase to the sector. We need to prioritize workforce professional development and well-being.
And I think, as I said before, it's it's about having the courage to change what we've always done. And that, may be that, there's like, oh, there's a great conference, or we've always been to this conference. And, to me, that's their luxuries, or as an icing on top. I think it's around having, as you said, it's around having a planned training approach, but then also being able to have, when you have the whole workforce done, they're also able to keep each other accountable. So I think that's, so thank you very, very much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
You're a LEAD member. We really do value the professional development services, but also, you've been helping us with doing our policies recently. So that's an amazing service that really makes a difference for an organisation like ours. In terms of professional development, there's a large number of courses that you offer. I was looking online and, looking at the variety of courses that you're offering. But I know that, recently we've also talked to one of your staff about, specific needs that we have for Wash House, and we have been working on, tailoring the training to our needs as well. We don't have endless budgets for training, and so like having that subsidized option, it's amazing, and we're very grateful to have you and the services that you provide.